Hi guys, I just wanted to do a little update on Junior, my little baby boy here. He's sleeping. He is now 6 weeks old. Today is his 6 weeks old birthday. And we've had him for a week and a half. And like most puppies, they need worm to be dewormed. And nobody had done anything to him when we got him. And he was almost 5 weeks old when we got him. And he hadn't had anything. So this past Sunday we did a dewormer. Ever since we had him, he's had diarrhea. He's only had probably 2 bowel movements that were semi-firm. And he went through what's called like a chocolate puddly poop. It's just like looked like kind of like pudding consistency. He went from that to full-blown just diarrhea, explosive diarrhea. Last night was the worst. He 2 times in the middle of the night he did total explosion diarrhea that was just pure brown water. I mean, there was so much of it, I don't even know where it came from because his body is so tiny. I mean, look at him. Look how tiny he is. He's under 10 pounds. I don't know exactly how much he weighs, but I know he's under 10 pounds. He's gained a little bit of weight. He still eats. He drinks water. He plays. He plays hard. But the diarrhea was worrying me. After last night in the middle of the night, cleaning all that diarrhea up, I mean, it was literally spraying out of his bottom like a faucet. I've never seen anything like it, and it was so much of it I couldn't believe it. So we decided today that I was going to have to take him to the vet. So I called our vet, and she told me just to bring in a sample of his poop so they could test it. So most likely he has worms because most puppies have worms. They get it from their mother, or they have to go through deworming. It's a regular thing that happens. Whether you get them tested or not, you got to deworm your puppy. So we did it last Sunday. We're going to do it this Sunday, and then we're going to skip a week and do it again, and then skip a week and do it again. You'll look it up on the internet. You'll know. We got our dewormer at Tractor Supply, and he took it just fine. No side effects, nothing. But we figured maybe the worms were causing the diarrhea, and then with the wormer, him trying to get rid of it, even more diarrhea. But like I said last night, it was really bad, so I took his stool in and they tested it. It took about 10 minutes, and it came back that he has coccidia. And coccidia is a really common parasite that lives in their intestines, and a lot of adult dogs have it, and they don't even have symptoms to it. But a puppy, if it's left untreated, it could kill your puppy. So what was happening is it got progressively worse, the diarrhea. So luckily we caught it in time. And this is what they prescribed me. This is called, I don't know if it's going to focus, but it's a generic of it. It's called Albon. Albon, A-L-B-O-N. Yeah, Albon, 50 milligrams. The generic of it is sulfadimethoxine. Albon, 50 milligrams. So what I did was I gave him 2.5 milliliters today, and then I'll give him 2.2 milliliters for the next 13 days. So this liquid is like an antibiotic that he has to be treated with. That's what she told me. It's an antibiotic, and it does not cause diarrhea. It will clear up his diarrhea. And basically what I did was you fill up the syringe to however much it says, however many milliliters it said. And what I did was I took one hand and opened up his mouth and squirted it in the back of his throat, and I closed his mouth real quick, and I massaged his neck, and he swallowed it right down, no problem. And ever since then, he has pretty much been sleeping, but he did get really hungry, and I warmed up something for lunch in the microwave, and when he hears the microwave, because I warm up his water to put in his food, he gets triggered, I'm hungry, so he ate like a little over a quarter of a cup of food afterwards, and he's pretty much been sleeping ever since. But he did have a bowel movement since then, and it was a little bit firm, and nothing like it has been. So I asked her if they checked for worms, and she says they don't look for the worms themselves, they look for the eggs, and the eggs apparently the eggs have a cycle that they go through. Every so many days you'll see an egg, and he didn't test positive for worms, but she said that doesn't really mean they don't have it because they look for the egg. So however many days the cycle comes where it makes another egg, that's when it would be shown up. But she told me to continue worming him like I am, no problems, and then treat him for the coccidia, and then he'll be just fine. And he doesn't get any shots or anything until he's 8 weeks old, so he has 2 more weeks to go. So I have not been bringing him outside on the grass or anywhere out in public. I don't put him down. I brought him with me to Tractor Supply, but I don't put him down, and I don't let anybody touch him because their germs, can transfer from people's hands to petting your dog, and they could get them sick because they have no antibodies, anything that's protecting them without their shots. So let me show you. This is the wormer that I bought for him at Tractor Supply. Hi, Halo. Let me show you that. Okay. This is the wormer I bought at Tractor Supply. It's called RFD Liquid Wormer Pyranthal Pamoate. I don't know how you say it, but the vet's office said this is an excellent wormer. She actually said, nothing against Walmart stuff, but she said if I would have bought the wormer from Walmart, she would not have trusted it, and she would have wanted to go ahead and do the wormer. But she was perfectly fine with this one. She said it's very good, it's very safe for him. This is also a syringe. He gets a teaspoon of it, but this one, I put it right in the bowl and he licked it all gone. So apparently it's very palatable. And this one was $14.99, and this is 2 fluid ounces. This will last him the whole entire worming cycle that they go on. And my voice is cutting out, it always does, excuse me. And then some. So one thing about coccidia is that it is contagious. But they're not too worried about Halo because she's an adult dog and she has a really good immune system. She's always been put on her shots every year of her life. As soon as they're up, she's been taken care of. So they just told me to watch Halo to make sure she doesn't have diarrhea. And if she does, then I'll just need to take a sample in and then treat her too. But I don't think that I'm going to have a problem with Halo because nobody has trampled through fecal matter or anything like that. But what I did when I got home was everything of Halo's and Juniors, I washed in the washer. All their plush toys, everything got washed and bleached. And I took all of their other toys, everything they've had their mouth on, and I soaked them in hot bleach water for about half an hour. So that's another thing. Plus, this area in here is pretty much where he eats and he goes on the pee pads. And I've been mopping this with hot water, distilled white vinegar, and Dawn dish detergent. I've been mopping in here, and I wash his bowls every single time before he eats in hot soapy water. So you got to make sure that you keep your place sanitized when you have a puppy before it has its shots, because it can get sick and puppies will die and become dehydrated and blah blah blah. So if your puppy is having diarrhea and it's lasting longer than a week, you need to call a vet and see if you can take a stool sample in, because why am I focusing on the floor? I don't know. Because it could be something bad, like I'm glad I did, because we were just thinking it was worms in the beginning, and it wasn't. It was coccidia. So yeah, that's what he's being treated for. Other than that, he's doing really great. He's starting to gain a little bit of weight. He has grown a teeny tiny bit, but not a whole lot. Say bye.